I'm like, why are you talking to me like that? Like, I don't even know these people. I don't even no contact, right? How would a woman feel about that? If we turn the tables round, every time a man came into your life, let's say first date, first thing they're talking about is your ex. My ex is like this. She has all these bodies. She treats me in a certain way. She trashed my house. She doesn't want to cook. She doesn't want to. I mean, on your first date, is that the first thing that happens? That's not what you want to hear, right? So it's like, for example, we think about this as black men. Like, it's like, okay, I'm going to take this black woman on a date. I ain't even going to say anything about my ex because she's been putting onion layers on me. And like a black woman just does not want to hear that sort of stuff. But you'll drop it later. That's fine. We can deal with that. But you know, at that date where we're putting up that you know, 30 pounds, 50 pounds, we're asking you about what's your favorite dish? What do you like to eat? You like milkshake? Do you want to get that swisher? We could do whatever we want because we're trying to sort of be together, right? And that's just the basis of it. We're just trying to be together. So now we're leaning across each other. We're looking at each other on that table, eye to eye. Now you're going to turn around to me and tell me about your ex and your trauma and what you need to figure out. Why is it that we don't have a lot of black women on platforms right now talking about black men talking about trauma? I ain't seen a lot of that. I ain't seen a lot of black platforms where you have a host of men on a platform, whether it be Good Morning TV, Evening TV, after the fact, sitting around talking about trauma. It doesn't happen. I'm sorry. Thank you for allowing me to speak for so long, but we gotta acknowledge this shit because I ain't seen that out here. But yeah, you get black women turning around, oh yeah, I'll be traumatized. It's like, oh, you need to. Then you get the reaction, okay? So now you get the Kevins, and it's like, okay, and then you want to react to the Kevins, but at the same time, it's like, hold up, where are the black men turning around in droves talking about this stuff? Oh, we've experienced trauma. We need to seek psychotherapists. We need to go and like do some extra work. We're BBMs. I ain't seen no black men going out in Europe, in France, trying to enhance their stuff.
They go to Turkey for their airline.
What? Simon, so is in terms of the topic, are you feeling that men don't have, are you trying to say men don't have enough safe spaces? Is that where you're going? We're trying to understand.
No, it's not safe spaces. We just are very disaligned in terms of like, you got to sort of think about it for a second in terms of we want to be with black women, but the disconnection is just like miles. It's like when you're a teenager and you're trying to sort of accomplish a 1 meter sort of new record. You may have a woman on the sideline sort of cheering you up, but she's never going to be on the sideline trying to sort of be with you trying to do the same race. What it is they're always cheering you on, but they're never by your side. That's the difference. It's not sort of like, you know, whether it's here or there, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? But we do need to sort of get to a point where we feel. I think, like, as a black man, I'd love to have a black woman by my side who's aligned. That means getting in the damn swimming pool. I don't want you talking about like your weave and like, you know.
Hey! What's going on? Wait, hold on.
I'm gonna stop there. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna stop you there because you was going to go somewhere. You know what? I was willing to detain it, but we're going somewhere.
Yeah, that's cool. No.
You know what I mean?
Deep,
like it's not like we're going deep, but I just don't know where you're going because we're talking about safe spaces within marriage, and for the last 10 or so minutes, you haven't spoke about safe spaces. That's the only thing. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm willing to welcome anybody on this platform, but you were well off target, and it was going to a particular place I didn't think it needed to go because it's got nothing to do with the conversation we're talking about today. We're talking about safe spaces.
Yeah, and I'll explain how I leaned into what you was talking about. The safe space is your home. So the safe space is where you are at with that person. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So everything I was speaking about was a branch or a tree in comparison to what actually happens, because what happens is when you live with somebody, all these things you have conversations about, and you have realistically your innate personality where you may have come from. So you may have accomplished certain things, you may have certain qualifications, you may have certain aspirations and dreams. And the thing is like when you meet somebody and you bring them into your house, it becomes like, are you aligned with this tree that I've sort of, because it takes a lot, right? Because you have to leave your house, like you're with parents initially, so you come from a parenthood, and some sort of understanding and some sort of cooperation knowledge, where it's like people have taught you something, and you can't get away from that. That's your religion. You may sort of like be thinking, oh, I need to be married, I need to, you know, do this and this, and you've got to satisfy your past. You can't dissatisfy your past, really, because it becomes a problem in the future, and everyone thinks about that. So that was where I would say I wasn't trying to detract from what you were saying. I appreciate you, bro. I'm just saying that's what it was. What's up, David? Salute.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Well, you know what? We've reached the 3-hour mark. You know, we've brought it to a beautiful close. You know, I think it's a perfect time to end. You know, someone get Sean to do the benediction and bring this beautiful conversation to a close.
I almost want to defer my benediction to Andrea because she just, you know, delivered a word. But what I will say is that I think one thing that we learned tonight